It gives me great pleasure to have Pat McCrossan returning to Sussex by the Sea podcast. This is episode 124. When I first spoke to this gentleman, it was episode 2. When he was, a long time ago. And we've spoke a few times. Remember we did Top 5 Iron Maiden at one point?
We did. Yeah, I had great fun with that.
Well, yeah, we had fun. I'm not sure many listened to it, but I had fun, you had fun, so I don't care.
Yeah. I think John Gale sort of said, what's that all about? But, you know.
Yeah, he listened to it 10 times at least.
He's a bit of a mod, isn't he? Bless him.
He's got that affliction, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So many of us have. He's back because he is now the operational manager at Westfield FC. Are you still have stuffing going on with Hastings United as well, Pat, or is it now fully concentrating on Westfield?
It's a tiny bit of both. My main concentration is on Westfield now, but Ben did ask, and Westfield agreed that I could sit in the background with the planning for what they want to do with the pilot field, because they've got obviously great people helping them plan, but health and safety wise, I've got stuff I can help them with and advise them with. So I was very pleased that they asked me to do that in the background. But really, it's all Westfield.
Yeah,
there's a lot to do there, and there's a lot they've already done. So.
Yeah. So what is the role? I know things have happened. They've left the parish field now. Is it the community stadium now? You're calling that at Westfield?
Yeah, it's called the Knight and Davy, which I think is lovely. Knight Accountants obviously are our club sponsor, so it's nice to have that on there, and it is a community stadium. We don't just have a first team. In fact, we have 4 teams now, seconds, thirds. We have a Sunday team. We have 11 youth teams, I think, under 18s teams. So there's an awful lot going on, and still use the parish field, but obviously not for first team games anymore. So yeah, there's an awful lot going on there, and coming in as operations manager, it's like everybody there, every club has volunteers. This club has a core, and they're hardcore. They're really, really dedicated people, and I'm saying that because I hope they're watching it, who just basically get on. They know what they've got to do. They get on doing it. So the groundsman, that's Ian does that, Chutney, and there's the Stapleys, they're all very heavily involved in the football side, and Jack's the chairman, and Graham, and his wife, they do a lot of work there. So when you come into something that's already doing well, you don't come in to sort of say, right, I'm going to make massive changes, because that's not needed here. It's what's needed is more people on board to help us get the ground, which is a bit of a blank canvas at the moment, up to where we want to be as a club. And of course, that's up a few leagues.
And that was why you were asked to come in, to kind of help them shape the development of the ground?
Yeah, I mean, it literally was, the discussion was a year ago, to be honest. But I kind of felt that I just wanted to finish the last year at Hastings, which I'm glad I did, because, the management committee got set up at Hastings. And I think the beauty of that, when Darren Burney asked me to set that up, was they've got such a good class of people on there, as in, they know what they're doing. They're performing so well that it actually made me redundant before I expected it to.
Did yourself out of a job, Pat?
Well, yes and no. I think they've done so well there. There's the commercial team is flying, the bars are flying. All of it is just,
the beer is flying.
The beer is flying. Yeah.
No.
I think it was flying, wasn't it, at the Euro? So I've been going to Westfield on and off. They've always been my secret pleasure, really. I've always loved going there. And so a conversation with Mark Stapley a year ago, and then gradually it came to fruition. And the thing is now is they've got a ground. They've got a lovely ground. It's good to see you there the other night.
Yeah, it was a pleasure to get a pint out of you, Pat.
Yeah, did you get a pint out of me?
I did get a pint out of you.
Wow.
Your memory's going as well, Pat. That's a worry, yeah.
You would have thrown it. And they've, you saw this, there's already the groundwork where the stand's going, and none of this is down to me. This is what they've been doing already, the stand going in. We're going to be putting something up behind the goal that we can. So eventually it will be like a terracing with hopefully a little roof stand. We're looking at extending like the outside area outside the bar, because it's a small bar. But when you kind of get a ground, you have to go with what you've got. So it's a small bar. We'll have a like a covered area where people can sit outside, hopefully maybe at some point patio heaters, and enjoy, the drink. But also then we'll be sorting out somewhere where we can serve food from, rather than poor old Swerve, standing there in a howling gale with a gazebo. But everybody just finds solutions at the moment, and they're such a good team of people. So things I've done so far is pretty much, got a new stadium here. We need risk assessments. The parish council asks for a lot of risk assessments. So that's what I've been doing at Hastings. So that's what I did, and from that then, comes a list of things we need to do next. You do a risk assessment and action comes from it. So lots to do, but, really, really looking forward to it. And as I say, it's lovely to be able to step in to a team that's already functioning so well. I feel a little bit, that I don't know enough yet. So when I say something, I think, I hope I'm not sounding an idiot. But they've always been very kind about that as well.
I'm sure the Stapleys would tell you straight to your face. They don't have any problem about being direct. But yeah, so when you got the lights, you've got the floodlight planning. What sort of time frame?
Well, the application's going in. I think when I last spoke to Jack, the hope is that by this time next year we will have something concrete or in concrete. But applications going in. So what that process will be, how long it will take, I don't know. But they're in it, and I can't see any reason why that won't go through. Floodlights these days don't light up anything other than the pitch, so it's not like it's going to, floodlight Westfield for the whole of an evening. So yeah, so that's very much in progress. The 50-seater stand, it's a lovely stand, and that's a great start, because the next thing we've got to do is start getting more and more people in the ground. And you get more and more people in the ground, then you develop your facilities.
Yeah.
We don't charge to get in at the moment, so secondary spend and programs is very important. What I want us to be able to do is, while we're at the level where we don't get admission fee, we actually can give people a really good match day experience, make a little bit of money to allow us to be able to make additions to the ground as and when we can.
Yeah.
And the beauty is it is a blank canvas, and it's a lovely canvas. The setting there is incredible. You've got the cricket ground one side, you've got fields the other side. Massive tractors driving down a tiny little lane next to the ground. It's almost like something out of Clarkson's farm.
We start serving his what's his beer called again?
Hawkstone.
Hawkstone.
Well, actually, one of our sponsors is the New Inn, the West, and they've got Hawkstone on tap. So,
have they? Oh, that's interesting to know.
So, a stop before the ground opens is always in the offing. Then you might find me in there now and again.
Never, Pat. Well, just talking. So you obviously got this blank canvas. You're beginning to. First of all, the 50-seater stand, is that going to be coming in this season? Is that
early August? Yeah,
early August.
Yeah, for the start of the season. It's all ordered, and people can still buy. If you, for £100 donation, your name will go on the back of the stand. So all those who have donated to it will have their name up in lights on the back wall of the stand, which I think is quite nice.
That's a nice touch.
So, it could be, I've done one just because I wanted to support, and people can do that. The supporters can say, "Oh, well, I want to buy a seat." Others might want to remember somebody. It's a brilliant way of doing it. So
who do people contact then if they want to do that? Should I put your email in the link, or who should they?
I mean, I do want to let people know we have got a new website. And on the website, the contacts, you can have chairman at Westfield, is it chairman at Westfield? Or you can have media at Westfield, or you can have me. But the contacts are on the website, and I'll give you.
Is this your OnlyFans you're hawking now? This is the normal one, yeah?
Oh, yeah. I mean, when Jack watches this, he's going to be like, "That's not my email." But I'll tell you it later, so you can.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, Pat. No. Obviously, yeah. We put all the links in there. Westfield new website. get all that
Yeah.
in there. So I mean, what you're looking at? Obviously, blank canvas. Got this 50-seater stand going in. I mean, what? I was going to maybe mention Steve Cook. I mean, what was Steve Cook's involvement these days? What is he? Is he
Well,
just in the background? What is he just advising? What's his involvement?
well, again, and I've been there a little over a month, so I'm still working out who does what. But I mean, Steve, I've already seen him in the month I've been there. He's obviously very supportive of the club. He's the owner, as you know. He's very supportive, very involved, but also lets Jack and the Stapleys run the club. And Jack does a fantastic job of that. So I think it's always nice when you've got an owner that's in the background, but if you want him in the foreground, he will come. That's the impression I get, and it's very much a good way to have it. I was lucky to have a chat with him on Wednesday night, and he's got a very good vision, like the club have. They want that Westfield up the league. They want people to enjoy themselves, have a good family day out. And I think that's important as well. If you don't have a match day experience and families don't feel like they can go, then you're never going to build a supporters base. You can have a ground full of old guys like me, but then old guys like me get older, and then there's nobody else coming through. So you have to encourage families, and they do that very well. They've got a good youth set up. The under 18s, the reserves. Asher does a really good job with the reserves. So all the work is there already for them to achieve their ambitions. They just need more people on board with experience in different areas, and of course I have that. It's strange looking at a ground that's starting from scratch versus the last 10 years trying to keep a stand.
Going back to Hastings now, yeah, go on.
It's quite a contrast. It's a nicer place to be in one sense that the headache of safety isn't so high, but then the kind of the work needed around getting the ground to grow as the club grows is there's quite a high intensity of work there. So it's a very exciting time, really. I can't really say much more than that, but I think I'll concentrate on getting our numbers up past the first 500. That's what I want to do, is be looking at 400 to 500 people. Already we've had a crowd of 380. There was 211 for the Hastings game, which wasn't bad for a Tuesday night. Again, it was a school night, so the potential's there. The village itself is very supportive. We don't have a huge built-up area around us. We need to be mindful, obviously, of the people in the roads nearby, which we are trying to do. Yeah, there's a lot of potential there, a huge amount.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Obviously, a lovely little visit I had when I popped over to watch Hastings play you. I'll grow to love this new ground. I'm a grumpy oldie, so any change is bad until it isn't.
The problem with the parish field was it's multi-use, and it's a public, so dogs can be walked on the pitch and all that kind of stuff, and it's a bit different. Although we do have a rabbit issue. We do have rabbits that like to dig holes in the pitch in the new place. But
wow, are you gonna be getting the shotgun out then, Pat?
Yeah, we'll do an offer on rabbit pie. No.
So this season, you must be looking big now. What do you think? Because if you go up a league, you don't need floodlights? Do you need floodlights if you were to go up next season?
I think you do, because I think you got up to the Southern Combination. I think so.
Is the aim we're going up? You're going up this season because we're going to have. Do you just? Sorry, my question. Sorry, here, Pat. My question really is: you basically know that you're going to have this in place as long as you've got that kind of application in, that you're going to have floodlights, then it would be okay for you to go up if you were to do so.
Yeah, I need to double check my facts, because I think Southern Combination, I think it's Division 2 you go up to. So you might not that season, but you would if you went up one higher, or it's next. But the way I've been aware of it is that the application is in, and the aim is to get them by the end of the season. The aim is also to be promoted this season. We should have been promoted last season, but the last couple of games of the season didn't go quite to plan. We won't go into referees' decisions. I wasn't there, but I heard. So you have to excuse my limited knowledge of the league you need to be in, but I think the idea is that I know the idea is floodlights in promotion,
Good.
which is,
Yeah.
it's very achievable for the club. There are some strong sides as always in your league, aren't there? But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's
good.
It's a challenge, but it's a different kind of challenge.
Strong Westfield helps everyone. Do you know what I mean? Like we get, you know, lots of stuff going on at Westfield. Development is positive. Get kids playing football. Obviously, from my point of view, you know me, Hastings United. More kids playing football, then some might go to Hastings United after, whatever.
And the offering's got to be there from everyone, really. Children, families can choose where they, what's best for their child, where they play their football. And it's great. There's a really good relationship with Hastings United. There's a good relationship with other clubs in the areas as well, So I think all clubs are now looking at, we've got to have a good offering for our youth, not compete with each other as such to get more numbers in. But if you have a decent offering, then people will come. And I think we've got a very decent offering. We've got outstanding coaches. We've got a great under-18 and reserve setup. We've got a veterans team, Sunday team, and 3 teams in the East Sussex Football League. So
it's all good.
Yeah.
All good.
Yeah. So, and I say we, this is the work of people before me. I must stress that, because I'm here to help them with how they get to the next step. Getting where they have is just phenomenal, and should be applauded. Because it takes an awful lot of work, and I see how hard they work. Puts me to shame a bit, really. But there we are.
You're doing a grand job, mate. All the best to you. All the best to Westfield this season.
Thank you.
I'll have to try and get down there whenever I've got a moment.
Welcome, Chris. Anyone's welcome. I'll do the
yeah, even I'm welcome.
You're very thanks, yeah.
But no, a pleasure, Pat. Thank you, and thank you for your time. Okay.
Not at all. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.